Okay, so our massive field, there you are, has been started. Now let's see. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so headlands 1 is fine. Simple, generate. I should have looked on the distance. Okay, that looks about right. Okay. Let's have a look. Now, this field, the beauty with this field is, I think it's beautiful. You know, you're coming all the way back here. I could have gone a little bit more there, but I didn't want to do that. So I'm curious to see how he'll handle all of those things. You know, I may get a smaller plow and actually go down there as well, just for the fun of it. But for now, this is fine. And we're back to our original way of playing this map. I've never played this map without having this field up here. Look at that. And once we get into field 13, who knows? Once we buy field 13, I may end up even extending it further, just for the fun of it, no other reason. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm hoping to make a lot of money off this field, but that's something else. No, I think this is what, to me, this is what a real farm would look like. And I think this is the beauty of this map, is that it allows you to kind of have more realistic farms. A lot of the other farms, you got cities and everything else in between them. And don't get me wrong, I'm aware that somewhere in the world, and even in America and Australia and so on, there's farms that are smaller and they're, you know, but not too many farms mixed within the community type of thing. You know, where you go and have, you know, houses and all that sort of stuff, and you know, I understand why they do it like that, because otherwise, if you just have these, it's kind of lifeless, and that kind of makes sense. And I suppose this is why giants have put animals in. It's a way to kind of create life, so movement onto the map. Wow, it works. Beautiful. It doesn't always work, that's why I say that. So I get it, but to be honest, this is kind of the way I like things, and this is why I've played this map in every single FS that's this map has been out since, I believe, 15. Could be wrong, maybe 17, but I'm pretty sure it was in 15 as well. You know what? This is the beauty, is that you can create your own fields, and you know, the real farms that I've worked on in my early childhood, and yes, childhood. That's what they look like. You know, you didn't have cities within the farm itself. You know, I mean, okay, this is Aussie, Australia, so a lot of the farmlands are massive. You know, the size of cities, and actually, what do you mean cities? There's some farms in Australia the size of countries. And that's the beauty, is that all you saw is the farm machinery and the farm buildings. Yes, a lot of the farmers do have multiple houses at different levels on the farm, purely because of workers. And a lot of the times, if you are an employer, full-time employer on the farm, the farmer would provide somewhere for you to sleep. Visiting New Zealand, I saw exactly the same thing there. On a, you know, obviously nowhere near the size of the farms what's available in Australia, but decent sized farm. Had the main house where the farmer lived, or in this case where the boss lived, because the farmer lived elsewhere and he hired people to do everything for him. And he had two houses where workers would live. And you know, we're not talking. How do I say it? We're not talking just garbage houses, if you know what I mean. Like, we're not just talking little shacks. We're talking proper houses. And you know, a family could easily live there. And other than the fact that you're not in a city, you wouldn't really miss anything. Well, you don't have running water. You have tank water, but yeah. But anyway, this is our field. Let me know what you think. I quite enjoy this kind of fields. Look at that. And this is why when I play this map, I've always sort of ventured all over the place, and we're going to do that hopefully, depending on how many episodes Daggerwin and Chainsaw 100 do. I mean, I am about 8 episodes behind them, so I'm hoping to catch up. So we'll try and get a few episodes going. Now, I haven't really made a decision. I was actually going to put cotton in this, but I haven't made a decision on what I'm going to put on it. I don't know. I mean, putting cotton on it, I don't think my spinnery and everything else will keep up with it, in which case I may have to get another spinnery and all that sort of stuff. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. All right, take 2. So I tried once to do this and it crashed the game. So hopefully it won't do the same this time. Let's see if it wants to generate a course this time. I mean, it's going through. So we'll see what happens. Because if it doesn't want to do anything, alright, what we'll do is I'll just let it do whatever it needs to do. For whatever reason, it does not want to recognize. It does not want to recognize this this course, this field. So we'll see what happens. If I have to go and do some of the work myself, not a problem. Which looks to me like that's exactly what we're gonna have to do. First, hire work, and let's see what he's gonna do. It's okay, he can do whatever he can do, and the rest I'll take care of it myself. Let's see if we can. Oh yes, it works again today. So we can clean up. This episode is done over 2 days. Just worked out like that. Wasn't intended to be like that, but that's how it worked out. So this is going to be a headland, completely ignoring, by the looks of it. Well, not really, and yes, really, it's ignoring a little bit of the sides. So now he's on the edge. He's gonna go away from the edge again. It's funny because when it collapsed and crashed the game, it recognized the field properly. Now that it's doing this, it's not recognizing the field properly. So that's a bit strange. Anyhow, since this is such a massive field, yeah, well, what do I have here? Oh, stay away from tractors. Oh, wow, how much would it cost us to lease these tanks configurations? GPS, wheel setup, just why $4,000 to put my tires on and go away. Work lights, I don't want any of that, that's fine. Wheels wheel covers, back vacuum blower. What on earth is a back vacuum blower? Okay, it looks like, okay, I get it. Cleaner discs. Attaches, no. Don't need a conveyor. So, okay, so if I list this, 20 grand. You know what, let's just list it just for the fun of it. And, no, yes. Alright, I'll go get it and I'll come back. Okay, so we're obviously back. Now I'm waiting for it to unfold. I know that this is not the fastest unfolding planter in the world. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't bought it, I've leased it obviously. I just saw it cost me like almost 20 grand to lease it. Filled it up with seed and liquid fertilizer. And we're just gonna go on the headland with this. So now that our tractor has already shown us where he has and has not gone, probably I should have started up there, but that's fine. And obviously with this, we're gonna overlap massively, which is probably the silly thing to do. Probably shouldn't have got such a big one. Alright, let's go. It's just a way to make sure that we're not missing anything. Well, still gonna miss some of it because obviously it's gonna be very hard to drive this such a big planter and not plant over exactly where our guy has already been. So this is where the silliness of me, I should have probably just picked on a 12 meter or something instead of the 18 meter. Oh. This is pretty hard to handle. Oh, please don't come back. You know what? Let's just do this for a sec. I'm gonna have to go through all of this to get to this. No, you just stop here. Just wait for me over here. Since you don't want to play a game the way I want you to play a game. It would have been a lot smarter for me to get a smaller planter. So this way, I could have done this a lot easier in actually filling in the bits and pieces that he's missed. Instead, I got this massive planter, which is a great planter, but you know, I should be buying it now that I'm getting myself these massive fields. Okay, let's not smash into the trees. Or what? I did add. I did add a secondary. What did I add? A secondary wool, a spinnery. secondary spinnery couldn't keep up with the clothing manufacturing. So this is why we got 2 now. I've done that off camera, obviously. And see, here is fine because it's doing exactly the width that I missed. So that's fine from that perspective. Okay, so we may end up adding this to our collection. I mean, we do have quite a bit of furniture and all that sort of stuff that's on the truck. You probably quickly saw it as I was going through the machinery before. Okay, so we're gonna miss a little bit here. This is where we might end up getting the other one to come and fix up how we're going for seat. Oh, he's using quite a bit of seat, which you would imagine he would be because of the size of it. So the downside to this entire thing is that it's very hard to actually see the whole planter, which makes it very hard to navigate the corners. Oh, thought I was gonna hit that tree. Oh, we better get out of the way of that tree. Oh. Well, that worked out in a strange way. It worked out alright because it pushed me exactly what I needed to be as far as okay. And now I need to put this back on for a little bit. Okay, we kind of want to be about there. Alt-E, and then we want auto width. Okay, go. I did. Yes, I did. Okay, and this is gonna now be a little bit easier, but oops, we are going to be overlapping quite a bit. So pretty much everything that he did was almost pointless because we're going to overlap all of it. Okay, like some rocks were missed. The downside is I wish when you clear the screen like this that you could still see the GPS lines. Which obviously you can't see them now. So we're kind of gonna be like this. Oh, come on, move the tree. Alright, we're gonna have to go and get rid of that tree. Suppose this would be a real life farming solution. They would do that. Little tree on the way. Tree's gone. So yeah, hopefully we'll be up. Like obviously having a planter this side, even a field like this wouldn't really be that big of a deal, if that makes sense. It's a bit harder to control. Maybe I shouldn't. Actually, no, the beauty of this is the fact that the track is not articulated. So that definitely gives you a little bit of an advantage as far as controlling the field is concerned. I can see myself having to remove that tree over there as well, which I kind of don't want to do if I really didn't have to do. There we are. I was going to do for a second, I completely forgot about that. I was just going to go, I was thinking, yeah, just go straight up, straight down, that is. Completely forgot that. Hang on a little bit, you can't just do that because there is that bit of a drop there. Alright, well, what I'll do is I wonder how the course play will handle these. I'll get some more of this done and then I'll see you when we're closer to the end.